grab your cup. I don't know about what you see on your social media feed, but what I get because of the things that I look at is a lot of information, a lot of videos on red flags and what to pay attention to in relationships. And if somebody's talking about narcissistic type of behavior, what to look for. What are the red flags that you want to pay attention to? And I want to give you a different spin on red flags. What I think you should be paying attention to even more is how you respond when those red flags show up in a relationship. How do you respond? That is where your best information is going to come from in your own response. And that's also the only thing that you really have the ability to control or to change. If you get really curious and really manage your responses, that's when you break your patterns in relationships, and that's when you have an opportunity to perhaps affect somebody else's behavior. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. We're never here to change someone else, but when you shift how you respond, they have an opportunity to respond differently. So let's look at some common red flags that you might have heard about or been paying attention to and what other people do. And then I want you to ask yourself, how do I respond to that? Because that's going to tell you a lot about your own coping strategies. So red flags might look like, somebody who keeps themselves really bottled up. They don't share their emotions. That could be a red flag in a relationship because you're going to be in a relationship with somebody who's got a lot of walls up. So what's your response to that? Do you not want to rock the boat, and so you also kind of keep emotions very guarded, and now the relationship is very surface level and doesn't ever address emotions? Another red flag might be someone who always puts themselves first, who always demands what they want be the thing that you guys do, or is just really focused on their own wants and needs. What's your response to that? Yes, could be a red flag, but what's your response to that? Do you notice it and then in your head go, well, I'd like to do something else, but you don't speak up? You keep yourself quiet. That's a red flag in your behavior. Get what we're doing here? What else could be a red flag? It could be someone who has explosive outbursts, someone who is hurtful, says hurtful things. And instead of saying, my feelings are hurt, or I was really hurt when this happened and I want to talk about it, again, you justify. It wasn't that big a deal. I don't need to make a big thing about it. If I do bring it up, it's going to be even worse. Anytime you're justifying something in your head about how you feel and what you think and why it's not important to bring it up, that's a red flag. It might be you have responses of you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I just need to work a little harder. I'm sure he'll see, and I'm saying it as a he because I mostly work with women, but whatever the case is for you, but I'm sure he'll see I'm the one. I'm the one because I do everything for him. I'm sure he's going to see that. I'm just going to keep really showing up as the one who does it all, and he'll see that he can't live without me. That's a red flag in your thinking. Something that's similar to that or might go along with that is, I need to save them. I can see they've been wounded. I can see they've been hurt. I can be the one to save them finally. I can be the one to show them what a good relationship looks like. That's been a pattern in my life. And it's not that we're not here to help each other. Of course we are. The whole point of this earthly experience is to be of service to each other and to make a difference in other people's lives and to walk each other home, so to speak. Walk each other home at the end of the journey in a way that's made a difference. So we absolutely are, in my opinion, here to make a difference, but we're not here to save anybody. We're not here to be the one that changes, fixes, helps. We're here to walk alongside someone who is doing that actively themselves, and to be a safe space while they do that on their own journey. That's the more powerful place to stand and to live your life. So anytime you're having thoughts of, I can make the difference, I'll be the one that saves them, I'll be the one that shows them what it really is about, I'll be the one that makes them, they can't live without. All of those are red flags in my opinion. You're trying to be something to get acknowledgement for yourself, and you're trying to hitch your wagon to someone who is not doing the work on their own. That happens a lot when we grew up in households where the caregivers and the grown-ups had not done work on themselves, and there was a lot of different chaotic and maybe hurtful patterns, and we showed up as children. If I just be this way or that way, then it'll make it okay for my parents, or it'll make it okay here in this household. So those are a couple of examples. There's other things that you might do as a response to what other people are doing. What are the red flags that are in you that tell you there's work that I need to do here? Anytime that you're triggered by someone else, sure, you can just avoid that person, but you're not healing anything in yourself when you do that. In fact, the best way to heal triggers is to get really clear. What did I just think and feel in response to what that person said? And what does that thinking and that feeling tell me about where I need to go to work inside? And then once I'm doing that, the more I'm in the presence of those who trigger me, the people or the types of behaviors, and I can manage myself, and I see that I get less and less triggered because I'm changing my responses, that's healing. Putting up walls and boundaries and avoiding what triggers you is not healing, it's avoiding. So it is possible to keep doing the work internally so that others' behaviors are no longer a trigger. The trigger comes from something that you're responding to inside of you. I hope that makes a difference. So if you're doing a lot of what are the red flags and what do I need to look for in relationships, please look for the red flags in yourself and how you respond. Are you prone to anger yourself? Do you isolate yourself? Pick up your marbles and go home type of thing. Keep yourself in another room and not talk. Do you work overly hard to make someone else's life work and for the acknowledgement? Those are the red flags. Those are the things that you're carrying with you from relationship to relationship, into the workplace, with your children. Those are the patterns you're passing down to people. Those are the things that are going to make the biggest difference in your life when you address them. The work that I do, and we have multiple programs: Return to You, Set Yourself Free, Next Level Healing. There's multiple programs and ways that I work with people, and all of them have an element of, what do I need to heal that's inside of me so that I be and transform into the very best version of myself? And then that's who I bring into every relationship. If that makes sense to you and you want to do that kind of work, because the self-help stuff or whatever you've done in your life so far has not really broken those patterns, please put chat in the comments and I'll make sure that you get a link to our calendar. It's a free conversation and we can have a chat about that kind of work and how it make a difference for your life. Okay? Put chat in the comments and we'll talk soon. Have a great day.